Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm going through the top 5 pros and cons of living in Burns Township, New Jersey. Now, niche.com ranked Burns Township in the top 2% of all places to live in the entire country. So stay tuned to the end of this video to see what might have been overlooked in those rankings. Let's go! My name's Kevin and this is Living in Jersey, and I make these videos so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into when making the move to the Garden State. I'm also a realtor and I would love to be a real estate choice making the move to New Jersey, so feel free to call, text, or email me at any time. To kick things off, let's start off with a little map tour so you can orient yourself as to where Burns Township is in relation to New York City, which everyone knows. Alright, so Burns Township is about 45 miles west of New York City. So we've got Central Park zoomed in over here. Then 45 miles west, we've got Burns Township. And I just want to highlight real quick, you can kind of see like the gradient change and the change in from concrete and rooftops into kind of lush forests and farmland out here in Burns Township. So it's kind of obvious in this picture here, but we've got the Great National Swamp Wildlife Refuge right on the border of Burns Township. Then not too far away in Mendham, we've got the Shift Natural Lands Trust and the Shift Nature Preserve. So that's just the kind of things that are out this way. So specifically nearby Burns Township, I'm going to switch over to this other map just because it's a little easier to see the towns. We've got Harding Township, Long Hill, Warren, Bridgewater very close by that has a Bridgewater Commons Mall that's very popular, Bedminster, Far Hills, Burnsville, we've got Mendham Township, Mendham Borough, Morristown 15 minutes away. So that's kind of what's in the neighboring areas of Burns Township. But when I zoom in, Burns Township also has some kind of smaller little town hubs within it itself. So one of those being Basking Ridge, the other one being Lyons. We've got West Millington, then we've got Liberty Corner. So that's, you know, there's a bunch of different sections in Burns Township. Most of them have a Basking Ridge mailing address. Now to kick things off with the pros and cons of living in Burns Township, I'm going to start with my absolute favorite, and that's the parks. So just to name a few, we've got Dunham Park with paved walking trails, a disc golf course, some of the most beautifully maintained recreational fields I've ever come across, and that's saying a lot because I've been to a lot of fields in my day. And it's got a little amphitheater, some picnic coverage, there's restrooms, so it's not just a porta potty, you know, place in the parking lot, there's actual restrooms there, and it's just a beautiful kind of picturesque place to spend a really nice day. A little bit further down the road, we've got Pleasant Valley Park. Now Pleasant Valley Park also has those paved walking paths, there's some tennis courts, there's a fishing pond that people use to ice skate in the winter. There is also the town pool there. And right next door, we've got the Coakley-Russo Memorial Golf Course. That's a 9-hole golf course that you do need a membership for, but that membership actually includes the green fees as well. And I don't know if you're like me or not, but like 18 holes, that's a little bit much. My brain starts to shut down after 9. So 9 holes is perfect, and it looks like a beautifully maintained course with the Lyons VA Medical Center kind of set in the background. It's really a beautiful place. So if you like golf, obviously you've got that golf course, but the United States Golf Association headquarters is also in Burns Township, and they have their own associated golf course to go with that. Also scattered throughout town, you do have some kind of random pickleball course. There's also a dog park, which when I look at the forums, a lot of people complain that it gets really muddy, so the dogs get dirty. And then you've got also owners kind of complaining about other dogs, you know, fighting or being aggressive or stuff like that. So I guess, you know, don't be that dog owner, but go there at your own risk or leisure. So that about does it for the recreation. A con that I would say to living in Burns Township is that it's really confusing. You know, I talked about in my map tour some of the different sections of Burns Township, but most of town has a Basking Ridge mailing address. So Basking Ridge is just a small little portion that I highlighted earlier, but the whole entire town, for the most part, has a Basking Ridge mailing address, and it's just confusing. The schools' names are confusing with neighboring Burnsville. I've talked about this in other videos. I would say that's a con, just a little bit confusing unless you live there and you're a local. Although the school names are confusing, the schools are definitely a major pro to living in Burns Township. Niche.com ranks the Burns Township School District as the #1 school district in all of Somerset County. The elementary schools all have A rankings, the middle school has an A ranking, and Ridge High School has an A+ ranking. Now, that covers the public schools, but Burns Township is also home to the #2 private school in the entire country, K through 12, in the Pingree School. And the middle school and the upper school are located in Burns Township. So obviously you can't go wrong whether you're going private or public in Burns Township, but one con that I would say is that I had super high expectations after visiting the parks in town, thinking that the athletic facilities at Ridge High School were going to be a little bit higher level. So I would say they were a little bit disappointing. It's certainly not a Mount Olive, although that is really hard to beat. So not really a fair comparison, but overall I was a little bit disappointed in kind of the quality of those playing facilities. And I did notice that the tennis team was playing at Pleasant Valley Park, so they had to get bused there. Just seems a little bit maybe annoying. I would prefer definitely to have all my facilities on one campus, and also kind of surprising because Burns Township is 25 square miles. It's, you know, expands over a lot of large areas, so kind of surprising that they couldn't fit all of the facilities in one area. It might come as a surprise to you with a top-ranked school district and some of the nicest parks in the area that the cost of living is actually a pro for living in Burns Township. So at the time of making this video, the median homestead price is about $750,000. The average tax bill is about $13,000 a year. And when you compare that to neighboring towns like Madison and Chatham that also have little downtowns with restaurants and shops and a train line that goes to New York City, you can definitely easily see the value. So in Madison, the median home sale price is about $900,000. Average tax bill is about $14,000. And in Chatham, we've got a median home sale price of about $1.3 million, and the average tax bill is about $16,000 a year. So as you can see, lower taxes, lower median home sale price. Things are also a little bit further spread out with that 25 square miles that encompasses the town of Burns Township. So you get a little bit more space away from your neighbor, a little bit more bang for your buck. Although different in cost of living, Burns Township is similar to towns like Madison and Chatham in that they have a lot of mom and pop shops, really cute boutique stores that will get you a killer birthday present for your friends and family. But what they do lack is kind of that day-to-day shopping needs that they can't always quite cover. Specifically in Burns Township, the Stop and Shop is like very underwhelming, needs a facelift, and I could easily see residents needing to go to other nearby grocery stores in some neighboring towns. So I'm gonna venture to guess that you really can't cover all of your shopping needs in town. You are pretty conveniently located to the Bridgewater Mall, 15 minutes away. Morristown's not far, but you're gonna probably be looking at like a 20-minute drive to kind of finish those shopping needs or get some specific items. Since you most likely will be having to venture outside of Burns Township in order to finish those shopping needs, at least it should be pretty easy. So a pro to living in Burns Township is definitely the fact that it's got Route 287 and Route 78 running right through it. You also have 2 train stations in the Basking Ridge station and the Lion station, and then also the Lakeland bus that can get you to New York City and the Port Authority in about an hour. Now, a con to that commute is that there are very limited direct train lines to New York City from those train stations. The fastest trains that'll get you there is about an hour and 20 minutes from Basking Ridge and about an hour and 16 minutes from Lions. So they're on the same line. Obviously, Lions is a little bit closer to New York City, but if you don't get that 6:50 a.m. train that's gonna get you on that hour and 20-minute train ride, you're gonna have to transfer in Summit or Hoboken, making it a little bit less convenient. I would say the most efficient way to get to New York City sounds like that Lakeland bus, if time efficiency is important to you. Another con about the commuting ease is that those major highways do kind of brush right alongside a couple of neighborhoods, so traffic noise could be an issue. That is where I would come into play when we do some virtual tours. You'll be able to hear the sounds outside these houses, so you can really get a feel for what the environment's going to be like even before checking out the house and coming to New Jersey. So feel free to call, text, or email me at any time. Although there may be some traffic noise that come from those major highways, it also makes it a super easy commute to some of New Jersey's top employers. So Burns Township is really conveniently located right in the middle of a lot of major companies in New Jersey, whether you're traveling north or you're traveling south to central Jersey. You've got Verizon headquarters, which is in Burns Township, Novartis, Sanofi, BASF, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer. So it's definitely in a really convenient location, whether you're traveling north or south, because of those major highways. And I'm gonna wrap up today's video with my final con, and that's the restaurants. And it's not the restaurants themselves. So obviously you've got the Blue Cafe, there's a sushi restaurant in downtown Basking Ridge, and that's really where the bulk of these restaurants are in Burns Township, is in that Basking Ridge downtown. I'm not talking about the quality of the restaurants that exist. I'm just talking about kind of the number of restaurants. I just feel like you're probably gonna get a little bit bored with the restaurant options, but because of those major highways that I've talked about frequently throughout this video, you're only 15 minutes from Morristown and 15 minutes from Somerville, whether you're traveling north or south, to really expand that palette of restaurants available. So that about does it for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just to remind you, I am a realtor in the state of New Jersey, and I would love to be your realtor choice when making the move to New Jersey. So feel free to call, text, or email me at any time, and I cannot wait to help you lock in your dream home. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next week.